Another World, also known as Out of This World in North America, was a 1991 release. I think everyone's seen it, haven't they? The cinematic nature of the game made it stand out at the time. The following year, Delphine Software, responsible for the game, came out with a sequel, Flashback. Again, a hugely popular and influential game of its day. What a lot of people don't know is Flashback itself had a sequel. And that's what we're going to look at today in What's the Follow-Up? Fade to Black. No, that's what it's actually called. Fade to Black. That wasn't an instruction to the editor. Anyway, Fade to Black. As you can see, it looks like a movie when it starts. You've got the people who made it with their logos and everything. It's even got a full motion video introduction. Wow, they didn't skimp on anything. Well, I say that. Although the game was well reviewed at the time, oh my god, they skimped on gameplay. It's awful. Here we go, first go at the game. Getting used to it. Collision detection's awful. Oh, it's a bad guy. What do? There's no instruction on screen to tell me what to do, so I button mash. Ended up in a weird shooting position. Because it's D-pad, not analog, it kind of jumps around. Obviously carrying on, not knowing what I'm doing. Button mashing again, see what happens. Okay, found the jump button. And then walking. And here's the first issue I have with this game. Technically, it's too advanced for itself. I've stood on a floor pad there. Because of the draw distance, I can't actually see the door it's opened. So I wander around for a bit longer. Seriously though, I wandered around in that single room, the second room in the game, for over 2 minutes before I realised that you hit the pad and it opened the door. Oh, it's just bad. Graphically, the game's quite impressive, if limited. It's running on a PS1. This is early 360 games. It was complimented at the time of looking good, but it's inconsistent. Look at this, 1 minute he's a skinny guy, the next minute he's a chunky boy. Come on, we want consistency at least. One nice graphical feature is for every death you get a cinematic cutscene. The only problem is the 2 seconds it takes to load really breaks the immersion factor. I know nowadays we're spoilt with open world games and options, but I like that. This is the opposite. You basically stumble through, trial and error, solving problems. You hit a switch, it tells you you've opened a door. It doesn't tell you where that door is, and you just kind of stumble around until you find that door. I didn't find it enjoyable. Here's a good example. Round this corner, shoot this guy, he's always in the same place. Talk to this guy, walk into this room, shoot this dude, they're always in the same place. Hit this switch tells you need to open the door, doesn't tell you where the door is. You stumble around a bit more until you finally find the door. But it's not that easy, because although there's a path shown on the map, it doesn't actually show it leading anywhere, so it's not that much of a clue until you stumble upon it and find out that's where you're supposed to go. Last thing I need to talk about is saving the game. Like I said, I'm playing this on a PS1. I don't think it was designed for the PS1. It's got a weird fast save system that isn't fast.
Game saved.
But when you die, it doesn't reload your last save point. It takes you right back to the beginning, so you then have to reload your last save point. Not only that, but saving the game on the PS1 doesn't save it to the PS1 memory card. It just saves it in-game, which is weird. I lost the first couple of hours of play because of this. What you have to do is you have to exit the game, go to resume game, and then you have to save your save files. What a bizarre save system. I've never seen a save system where you have to save your save files. I know nowadays everyone has the autosave and then saves again, but this is just bizarre that you have to exit a game to save your game that you're trying to save before you exit. Weird. Well, if you think just 2 years later the original Tomb Raider came out, which in my opinion is one of the best games ever made, and it just shows sometimes being first is not the best.